Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? This is your boy, AC, LA Sports Live, with a special late night, early morning, depending where you are, edition. Or shit, some people's early morning, East Coast edition of LA Sports Live. Um, we had a lot of liquor news over the last 12 to 18 hours. And I was going to come with some updates earlier today, but I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to just do something a little bit different. I'm just going to uh, just save all the news and just bring it in the form of a live stream. One live stream tonight. Yeah. Keep that yawning shit while I'm at work. It was nice and peaceful right at the moment. And I found me a spot where I got some good signal. So we're gonna go ahead and recap the Laker news for today. And if you're um if you're on the live stream or if you're watching the playback, salute. Thanks everybody for coming through to support. Salute to Eric Kwan in the chat. And let's get to it, man. We got a few stories to talk about, and you gotta stay to the end because I got a report on another not a Lakers player, but another player that may become available. Uh, Excuse me, this off season, and a point guard at that may become available this off season for the Lakers to acquire if other things fall through. So we'll talk about that at the end. But one thing I will say about this summer, the Lakers are looking to will and deal. You guys know, quote unquote, they're looking for possibly obtaining a third star player. So they're armed with going to be armed with three first round picks, and with some pretty friendly, movable contracts. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Come on, Eric. Don't be spoiling the stuff, man. Come on, bro. Don't spoil the stuff. Anyway, let's get straight to it. We got a report earlier this morning that not Donovan Mitchell, but DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan, he was on a podcast, and he was asked, I don't know if he's a free agent or he's got 1 year left on his deal, about um what he plans to do this offseason. He stated that he wanted to remain in Chicago, but of course, he wants to stay there. He's comfortable, and they can pay him. Uh, well, of course, He was asked about the possibility of coming home and playing for his hometown team, the LA Lakers, the team he grew up supporting. You guys know he's a big time Kobe guy. Okay, so he's a free agent. So anyhow, um, you know, Demar kind of gave one of those political answers. He said of course, along like a lot of players say, he would love to play for the Lakers, but you just have to see how the chips fall. Demar is 34, so I mean, he still got. I'm sure he believes he still has at least a few more years left in him. So I don't think he's going to come to the Lakers for anything less than the full MLE. But I just don't think I just don't think he's ready to give up that kind of cash yet. So I don't think that's very likely. But you never know, man. Stranger things may happen. You never know. It's interesting that he hasn't reached an agreement to stay with Chicago as of yet. So you never know what may happen. You never know what may happen. So keep your eye out on that. Now, you guys know, like, um, um, the NBA is holding these pre-draft workouts, or whatever you're gonna, or combines or whatever you want to call them. So there's been a lot of talk about Bronny, and a lot of people making a big deal about you know all these players that are down there, man. They subjected them to a lot of tests. We now know um, Bronny's actual height. He's now listed as 6'1 3/4" or 6'1", not 6'4" that he's been billed as for the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, if you looked at those pictures, you looked at those pictures, even if you just look at the picture between him and his dad, he's considerably smaller than his dad. So there's no way that he was 6'4". But anyway, that doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. Let's talk about the stuff that does matter. Um, I'm just going by what the reports from Bleacher Report said. Let me see if I don't know if I wrote the guy's name down, but you know, uh, Bronny did well in a lot of the individual workouts, and of course, you guys know that he did exceptionally well with his vertical jump of 40.5, and he was tied for sixth best um, out of all the kids that were there. Um, so that's one thing that a lot of people have been giving Bronny uh, credit for. Number one, they've been giving him credit for that he's in exceptional shape. And given that he is LeBron James Jr., the son of LeBron James, LeBron, we all know LeBron's a workout freak. So it is no surprise to see that Bronny is in tip top shape. And they said that he's extremely athletic. I mean, and again, his father is LeBron James, so that kind of stuff kind of runs in the family. So they just said great, great athleticism. Also, pluses that they gave him his professionalism, his demeanor on the court, uh, and Bronny, since he's been in high school, and then even while he was at USC last year, we never really heard from Bronny at all. Really, I don't know. I haven't really heard from him. So, excuse me, guys. So one of the things that they did, one of these things that they did is all these kids who went to these combine workouts. They made them participate in all the drills, and they also made all of them participate in the 20-minute media session. And if you go back and watch, if you have a chance to go watch Bronny's media session, the guy, the kid can talk. He's articulate, um, cracked a few jokes, well spoken. I was kind of impressed with him. Myself personally. Uh, I wish LeBron wouldn't have named him LeBron James Jr. Wish he kind of had his own identity. Um, it was just interesting to hear him talk, funny talking. Another one of the things that he said is, he wants to play in this league, and he wants to make a name for himself. And um, we know initially when USC's season was over, that Bronny was keeping all of his options open as far as possibly returning to school and being eligible for the draft. Well, now Ronnie made it official that he's not pulling out of the draft, so he's not going back to school. He's going to stay in the draft. So either he's going to get drafted, or he's going to try to get in the league as a free agent. But he will not be going back to school. So that was announced this weekend as well. So let me see what else they got to say. Bronny played in two 5-on-5 scrimmages at the combine. I I know everybody heard his first one wasn't all that spectacular. Only had 4 points. Second one was a little bit better. Didn't shoot that well, um, but he did score 13 points in the second game. Looked a little bit better. Shot a lot better. Was a little bit more comfortable. His one-on-one work, other than the the vertical, Bronny did pretty well in the. They have a 3-pointer drill, and Ronnie shot 19 for 25 in his 3-pointer drill. No defense, but shot pretty well, better than expected. Because if you look at his numbers at the USC last year, I don't even think he shot 30% from three. So for him to shot, even though I know it's an unguarded defensive drill, I mean, but still, he shot 19 for 25 and that 3-pointer drill. And I think, I can't remember the guy's name and how I was listening to on Bleacher Report, but you know, people can say what they want to say about Bronny. Um, Everybody has an opinion, but this gentleman here from Bleacher Report says that no, he doesn't believe Bronny's uh, ready for the NBA. But like most of those guys who were at that combine are fringe NBA players and probably are not NBA players right now. But he did say that he can see Bronny playing in the league. That he could potentially be uh in the league. He could be a player in the league. The guy said it. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities that we might see Bronny in the league one day. And we also had reports earlier today that other teams are kind of kicking the tires and taking a little sniff at Bronny because he they are kind of looking at him and all the things that are surrounding him and think that if they were to draft him, he will bring a lot of revenue, supposedly to their team or to their G League team or wherever they brought him. And I'll say um, I wouldn't approach it like that because if you're going to draft a kid, you're going to draft him. If you go, he might as well just be on the big club instead of the bench because um, it's not like he does spectacular things in the regular season games, whether it be whether he was in, he had good games at Sierra Canyon. But here's my point: I had USC season tickets last season for what? Guess what? Specifically to see Bronny. But then he had his scare and has complications. He eventually came back, eventually played, but they had him coming off the bench, and there wasn't. Granted, he's coming back from all these heart issues, so thank God he's alive. But it wasn't like he's out there doing highlight shit. So once he, if he were to go to a G League team or whatever, man, what I'm trying to say is, you send him to a G League team, the novelty is going to wear off. Um, the novelty is going to wear off after a few weeks. So I really don't see the point in trying to draft him and then putting him on a G League team, strictly to try to drive up revenue. That's going to backfire on if a team does that. So only one of these dumbass teams would do something like that. I think if the Lakers draft him, that they will just go ahead and put him on the club and put him on the bench. They'll send him down like they do some of the other two-way players, and he might even end up on a, he might even end up on a two-way thing. But just drafting him and sending him straight down to the G League, I don't think that makes sense. But anyway, let me see what else did they say about Bronny. But yeah, man, they say Bronny has potential to be in the league. So everybody who has all these, and I see what you're saying, Eric, but everybody who has all these drastic takes about Bronny, either he belongs or he doesn't belong. There's a lot of fucking players out there who are trying to get in the league who are, you know, not good enough to be there right now, but they're trying. They're gonna go to G. That's why they got G League. That's why they got this and they got that. I don't know why, man. Everybody's making such a big deal about Bronny, man. Shit. I mean, I know it's because it's LeBron's son, but I'll just say this: there's worse players out there. There's worse players out there than him who are trying to make it, and there's better ones who are still going to be fringe NBA players who may or may not get drafted. I don't know why everybody is making a big deal about him and banging on him. Um, and I'm of the point of view of, if you feel that LeBron James Jr., aka Bronny, is getting preferential treatment because of who his father is or who the people he's associated with, okay, fine. That that may or may not true. It probably is true. Okay, it probably is true. But as far as I'm concerned, is if you have a problem with it, don't hate on the person who's receiving the favor because they have no control over it. If somebody wants to give them favor or extra love more than what you think they should get, don't hate on them. Hate on the people doing it. So in this case, whichever team that decides to draft him or who, whatever the case may be, and if it's your opinion that he doesn't belong, have strong words for them. But as far as Bronny is concerned, other than the fact that he's LeBron James Jr., he's no different than all these other guys that are trying to make it to the league, um, play a sport that they love. And I just don't understand the obsession with having a whole lot of conversation about a guy who hasn't really done too much. Yeah, the media coverage is ridiculous, but also this trash on social media. I mean, the thing about it is nobody in the media is saying that, oh, he's this, he's that. They're just saying, oh, he's there. His dad's there, he's there. That's all they're saying. Ain't nobody in the media saying he can do this and he can do that and he's going. Not really. But I don't understand why people got to have such strong opinions about he's got to go or he can't go or he don't belong or whatever. What the fuck are you worried about where he's gonna go? Why you not worried about where all these other guys gonna go? Cause shit, it's like 50. What they say, like 50 kids there at the combine. No, that are fringe NBA players. Why not all the strong opinions about them? So anyway, that was just my opinion. You know, anyway, that's just the way it is. People are weird, man. This is the craziest thing I've heard of seeing is with this obsession with LeBron James and his family, man. Is People are fucking weird. Grown men wake up talking about him in a negative light. I'm like, man, that's weird. That's suspect behavior. Talking about another grown man so damn much. It's ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. Donovan Mitchell. Now, Donovan Mitchell drew a lot of heat. I guess he didn't play. I didn't watch it, but I guess he didn't play in his latest Cavaliers game. Uh, even Ric Flair, even Ric Flair got on his ass. Um, question him about why would he miss a playoff game and all that kind of stuff. Um, there's a lot of rumors about that. A lot of people think that he's going to be available this coming off season. According to Brian Windhorst, the Lakers and the Nets, amongst other teams, are locked and loaded. They got their offers ready, locked and loaded. If Donovan Mitchell um, becomes available, um, we'll see. We've been talking about this. We've been talking about a lot. People have been talking about it off and on. Don't necessarily think the Lakers have the best package. I don't necessarily think that Cleveland Cavaliers will be eager to uh, do deals with the Lakers, aka LeBron James. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. So that remains a thing. Um, that remains a thing. I guess we just have to wait and see. And as we get closer to the draft, we'll wait and see how this story develops, or see if Donovan requests a trade, or if they come to an agreement on extension. We'll wait and see. Um, Moving on to the Lakers head coaching search. Mark Stein is reporting that JJ Redick appears to be the front runner for the job. According to Mark Stein, the job is JJ's to lose. Um, Obviously, he's getting this kind of information from somebody, whatever the source is in the Lakers organization. Uh, I don't care because I'm under the firm belief that if the Lakers do decide to hire JJ Redick, they will make sure that he has a legit coaching staff behind him. So they're not gonna allow another Luke Walton situation. They're not gonna allow another. I'm not saying they're gonna hire the man's assistant coaches. All I'm saying is they're not gonna allow another Luke Walton or Darvin Ham situation where they bring in a bunch of no names as assistant coaches. The Lakers are not going to allow that. So I wouldn't. I believe if JJ gets hired, he's going to have a top notch coaching staff, and what it really will boil down to for him specifically is a an experience thing, and then that's why you have your assistants. So that's that, man. That's. I don't know if they're going to hire him, but this is what Mark Stein is reporting. Additionally, on the Lakers head coaching search, the Lakers they asked and they received permission to talk to several um, assistant coaches throughout the league. They received permission to talk to Michael Nori of the T Wolves, David Aldridge from Denver Nuggets, and James. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, Borrego, whatever, from the Pelicans. So the Lakers are moving. They're moving slowly but surely. Darvin wasn't hired uh, 2 years ago. He wasn't hired till like early June. So we still got a couple more weeks. Yeah, excuse me. We still got a couple more weeks compared to last time. Lakers got to do their due diligence. They got to do their interviews, and I think they're pretty. I think they'll start up pretty soon. The thing is, you got two of the top guys who they're considering, um, Nori and Aldridge. They're still in the playoffs, so that might be a situation where they just might have to wait. Um, but Aldridge, he interviewed for Charlotte too, and he didn't get the job. Um, who else? And JJ interviewed with Charlotte. He didn't get the job. So despite what a lot of some people are saying in the media that this is not an attractive job or whatever, these guys, who are the top candidates or who are some of the top lead assistants, um, if the Lakers offer a job, I think they're gonna take it. I don't care what these clowns are saying on TV. If they also Sam Cassell, thanks Eric. If the Lakers offer them a job, I think they're gonna take it. Because the bottom line is, um, yeah, I know it's the Lakers. It is a circus to a certain degree, but the bottom line is, you get to be a head coach in this league. You get to live in LA. There's other opportunities that's going to fall in the lap of Michael Nori or David Aldridge or whatever his name is. Uh, there's other opportunities going to fall in their lap just for coming out here. So, um, what you mean by a smoke effect, Eric? What you mean by that? Um, I think whoever they decide to offer the job to, they're going to take it. And cause let's face it, it's a prestigious job, man. You get to be the head coach of the LA Lakers. You may win some, you may lose some, but there's only a certain amount of jobs available. A person can't be picky and choosy um, about where they're going to coach at. And let's face it, I don't think Denver nor uh, Minnesota are going to be firing their coaches anytime soon. And nobody, you know, Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, well, look, man, this is why they get paid millions of dollars, bro. So they're gonna have to take, they're gonna have to take whatever heat comes their way, as a result of whatever happens on and off the court. So that's just the way it is, man. So like, I know a lot of people were apologizing and feeling bad for, excuse me, for Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham was getting paid millions of dollars. And I don't really think he gave two shits about too much what people saying about him. So I don't feel bad for him one bit. One bit. So okay, we got one more piece of news, Lakers wise, and then I'm gonna get out of here. We're just gonna be a quick 30 minutes. Eric touched on it quickly, but according to reports, um, Darius Garland is represented by Clutch Sports, and a report came out today that Rich Paul is going to seek a meeting with Cleveland management if they decide to retain uh, Donovan Donovan Mitchell and sign him long term. There's a good possibility that Darius Garland and his representation will request a trade. I repeat, um, Rich Paul of Clutch Sports. It was announced today. It was reported that he will be seeking a meeting with Cleveland Cavalier management if they decide to resign or commit to Donovan Mitchell full time. I guess it's the belief of his representation that you know that's not going to be ideal for their client, being Darius Garland, long term. So they may ask for a trade. So you know that's just the way it is. We're Laker fans, so if anybody becomes possibly available, number one, we all think they should come to the Lakers, and number two, we believe that the Lakers will go after them. I think the Lakers would be interested, most definitely would be interested in Darius Garland. Um, like I said, the Lakers are locked and loaded with three first round picks to package with players and contracts to make moves this summer. Um, Darius Garland was not a name that was initially, dropped or thought about it, but like we all know, man, things change. Things change, and undoubtedly, he will not be the only um, sort of star player or player. Let's just say player, all star caliber type player who will become available. There'll be other names. They may or may not be associated to the Lakers, but this is the latest one. This is the latest one that kind of came out of nowhere. And if there's probably other um, situations like this around the league that just haven't become public just yet. But I thought that was pretty interesting, man. I know I wouldn't mind having Darius Garland. I think he would be a great fit with AD long term. Perfect. Time will tell. We just have to see what happens, man. But anyway, that's going to be it for my Lakers report today. We'll do another one tomorrow. I'm pretty sure we'll have a full day of Lakers stories and stuff today. Um, that interview process probably will start as soon as tomorrow or later today. And then as we start to get more news on that, we'll definitely bring it to you right here at LA Sports Live. Anyway, this is your boy AC LA Sports Live. Shout out to chat. Salute to Eric Kwan for dropping in, and everybody else came through. And as I always say, I'll wrap with y'all later.